Mickey SFC James Forster. Do you think your channel will ever grow as big as Terry? Basically, as MADMISTAKE. And will you ever upload as long videos of him, but both different and both brilliant content, lads? Well, first of all, thank you very much. Secondly, will it grow be as big as Terry's? MADMISTAKE's probably not. Well, if it does, it'll take a long, long time for that. Bearing in mind that MADMISTAKE's been on YouTube probably, and he's gained subscribers far more popular than me. And he's probably been on far longer than I have as well. So, yeah, if I did, great. But him and Jam Sani are way bigger YouTubers than me. Because of the subs they've got, obviously, yeah. Stephen Scott, why do you think players always come here and underperform? Had many over the years. They play well and score elsewhere, come here and can't hit a barn door. That's the sad thing. It's quite accurate, that. I believe it's to do with standards at the club. I've said this for years. I believe the main reason Sunderland got relegated over the two, from the Premier League's League One, basically, isn't to do with the fact that the squad wasn't good enough. Maybe the Premier League one, you could argue that, but I will still stubbornly maintain that Championship squad shouldn't have gone down. I know Dino disagrees with that, which is fair enough, but for me, if we're saying that squad should have gone down, then we've got no hope for football, in my opinion. I honestly believe there was enough in that squad to stay up, and I think it was some players just didn't care. The likes of Coney, the likes of Ngdong, just two examples right there. Players that should easily have been bossing the Championship and didn't bother to. I think it's down to a lack of standards. I think that a lot of it is down to that players like, I don't have to... Kieran Brady sums it up best, and that's one of the main reasons he's my favourite Sunderland pundit, so to speak. I think he talks absolute sense. I think a lot of it is down to the club is something like a holiday camp. Now, I don't know if it's like that as much now, to be fair, but certainly over the two relegation seasons, I believe it was. But we'll have to wait and see on that one. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just my own opinion. Philip Beckett, always enjoy your considered analysis of games and general state of events happening within the club. Please, your channel is doing well. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. I do always try to be... look, don't get me wrong, I haven't got my opinion, so half the time isn't very popular, but I do believe that I like to try and be a bit balanced, and that's why, for example, when it comes with a manager, it takes me quite a while to say a manager has to go, because I think that's a very quick thing to jump to. But yeah, there you have it. But thanks anyway. I do try to be balanced, and I'm definitely pleased my channel's doing all right. Next one, Alan Gardner. If Parky got sacked, who would you like to see as manager, and why? Attainable ones, of course. I think he means realistic ones. Paul Cook probably would be a decent choice. For me, I can't name a manager specifically on here. As who fits this description, but what I want, if Parkinson was to go, and I don't believe Parky will be sacked, but I do, but if Parky did go, I would want a manager who's proactive. And what I mean is, like yesterday was a good example. Well, it's Sunday at the time recording this. At the Doncaster game, Parkinson basically just sat back and didn't make subs till the 31st minute. Now, I know you're going, he's going on about subs again. The point is, we were getting forced further and further back, and Doncaster were pressing us further and further back. And I believe a proactive manager would have spotted that and tried to combat it before it was too late. And Parky basically waited until it was too late. So I couldn't... If I had to name off the top of my head, Paul Cook maybe till the end of the season just to get the best out of Greg, unless he's gone elsewhere already. I don't know. Cornwall's Army, brother, the adopted Mackham. Quality lad. Let's get his channel subscribers up as well. There we go. My brother, you deserve to reach over 2,000 subscribers. My question is, if you had a chance to interview one SAFC player, who would it be? If you're talking a current one, I'd say Luke O'Nien. And if you're talking at all time, I'd say Jermaine Defoe, because I've said along he's my favourite player for Sunderland of the time period I was. Not just because he created his own chances out of nothing, but because of what he was like with Bradley Larry. Inspirational on and off the pitch. Graham Collins. What is the meaning of life? Lol. I'm going to quote Kim Possible, because that was a TV show I watched a lot when I was a kid, actually, and say cheese, like Rufus did. Okay, Rebecca Collins. Do you think Ryan Reynolds will buy out Sunderland? Why not? Let's get Deadpool on the pitch. That would be quite funny. That would be quite funny, actually. No, probably not. Ryan J. Thurtle. Oh, yeah, he's a member of the... There's a group I'm a part of called the Mad Lads United, where basically we're all just nutcases, but I love it. It's great. It's half of what keeps me sane at the moment. Anyway, Ryan J. Thurtle. Love you, MLU, brother. Love you too, buddy. And if you had a third team, who would it be and why? Ooh, difficult question. If I had a third team, who do I like? Who do I quite like? Oh, that's a hard one, that. Basically, when he said third team, basically there was a period where Blackpool were my second team, because the year Blackpool were in the Premier League, and the way they approached football was part of the reason why I got into football. So, Blackpool being my second team. Third team, I don't know, probably Norwich, just to jump on the Chris Reeve bandwagon. I don't know. Joe Conker, when do you think the next time we're Derby will ever be? If it's in the Cup, could be any time in the next couple of years. If it's in the league, probably for another decade. I don't know, probably for another decade. If we played Newcastle's first team, they should stuff us comfortably, and it would be hugely... For me, if we beat Newcastle's first team now, that would be more embarrassing than losing 6 in a row. For them, anyway. James Allen, would you agree that in light of Stuart Donald's work and support alongside the BLC to help those suffering mental health issues, he in fact he is not the devil he's made out to be by morons? I wouldn't go as far as he's a devil, but I do think that criticism of him with what's happening with Sunderland, I think is very justified. I think that a lot of it is down to the fact that he's just been constant fibbing and constant lies. Now, if truth comes out and Stuart Donald is as genuine as what he appeared to be in his first year, then fair enough. But I think a lot of people have lost respect for the fact that he hid away after the first season. He stopped doing his podcasts. He stopped coming out and talking as much. But I don't know the full details of it. Next one, Lee Farrell. Love you, brother. Quality. Would you ever try and become Sunderland manager? If you want conference football, yes. And do you think any Sunderland players do well in the Championship? I think 09 as a utility player could. I think Willis could. I think Bailey Wright could. Josh Scowen, well, we signed him from the Championship. I'm going to say him by default. The rest of them, probably not. Darren Cole, what made you decide to start making videos, mate? The reason I started doing videos was because when True Geordie, this was October 2015 I started doing videos, and when True Geordie was... he did a video after Newcastle lost 6-1 at Man City under McLaren and was talking about how Newcastle deserve better and they're underperforming. And long story short, I saw nobody putting that narrative with Sunderland. The narrative was Sunderland always in a relegation battle, they deserve relegation. And from the outside it looks that way, but for me, Sunderland should have been too big a club to be involved in that in the first place, especially when you're in 8-9 years in the Premier League in a row. Basically, long story short, I did those videos to try and put the message out there that Sunderland are underperforming and it's not good enough. So that's what it is, and it's took me a while, but people seem to like it. So, there you go. Paul McVeigh. How much longer can we give Parky if results don't improve, and who would his ideal replacement be? Personally, like to see Paul Cook at the club. Why won't Parky give the young lads a chance at the club in the first team? We need pace and something different, especially up front. How long? Well, I want Parky out now, but he's not realistically going to go anywhere. Ideal replacement, I've said I agree with Paul Cook, maybe till the end of the season, just to get Will Grigg scoring, because I do believe Will Grigg could cut it. If you really wanted him to, I think he possibly could do. My own opinion, but there you have it. Doesn't mean I'm wrong. Why won't Parky give the young lads a chance in the first team? No idea. Really. If you're going to ostracise Aidan McGeady out of the team for wanting to get the youth players in, well, then you need to start bringing them in, Parky. And by that we mean come on with like 20-25 minutes to go, not come on with 10 minutes from the end when the game's done. Robert Houston. Of the best and worst kits you've seen of the home, away and third kit since you become a Sunderland fan? Good question. Home kit. What's my favourite home kit? Oh. You know, I'm going to go with it. This season's probably, since I've started supporting Sunderland, this year has probably been my favourite home kit, and I haven't had that many home ones. I've got, obviously this one from the 18-19 season I'm wearing now. There's quite a few I've liked. The one where, under Big Sam, I quite like that one. The one under David Moyes actually was quite a nice home kit. But I have to say, this season's for home kit, I think is probably my favourite. Away kit, probably the 14-15 bright blue bid vest kit was probably my favourite away kit. And third one, probably the same season. The one that was like white with blue writing and blue underarm patches, I think. Somehow the club never released that, which I don't quite understand. It would have been a money spinner, I think. And that's it. That's all. In fact, I'll end on Darren Cole where he said, I can't wait for this video, Michael, when you plan on doing it. Right now. Thanks very much to everybody who asked me questions. I apologise if I missed anybody out. Ask in the comments and I can reply in there if you want. Thanks very much for subscribing. If you like the video, like, comment, hopefully it's respectful, and subscribe. Means the world to me. Someone set me a target, I think a few people set me a target of 3,000 subscribers in the next year. So we'll see. That's a stretch, but we'll see. Love you all, guys. Love you all lots. And I'll probably see you throughout the week on SCFC Fan TV for the live stream, for the show on Thursday. I don't know if we're doing a live stream on Friday or not, but obviously you'll have my video on Friday night after the Fleetwood game. If not, I'll see you at probably the end of the week. Take care and stay safe.